John Jones. I'd like to share with you all the max accompaniment to a piece that you'll see of mine in paper form at my jury. It's Streetlights and Fog. It's a piece for guitar and electronics. It's one performer, and the performer plays guitar and pedals through the piece as the score progresses. So let's get started. The first pedal will initiate, be in the right program there. Okay. First pedal will initiate a sine wave, kind of synth world. And the second pedal will record my voice. And then the third pedal will bring in, as you can hear, some really crazy effects on the signal and some aleatoric music material that the performer will sight read from, and a timer showing how much time is left in this section. At the end of this section, this will read out a new section name, and we'll change harmony, change tempo right here. And we have some expressive text here. This whole piece is about a motorcycle ride that I used to take every day. So here I have this chord chart. This is the fret number. These are, strings 6 through 1. And this is where you're fingering and how to attack those chords there. So here we're stuck in kind of a precipice. We're stuck on a ridiculously steep incline. Don't let the bike stall. And we're directed to tap the pedal to move on. Let's do so. Oh, good. We made it. So, we're starting back in first position on the guitar. Much more slow, sonorous synth voice. And I forgot to mention, you may have noticed the saw wave came in as well a while back. Create a little bite on the side. So, this section moves a little slowly. Once this reaches 6, it's going to initiate the next section, which is pretty similar. So while this is heading up to 6, take a brief overview here, just the patch itself. Lots of sub-patches, lots of weird logic going into that chord generator. So let's head back. We're about to reach 6. Here we are at 6, so we've changed sections. We're now going left down below us. So these are all literal directions, really, of the motorcycle ride I would take from work to home when I lived in San Francisco. And I didn't point out exactly this. This was that recording that I took of my voice. And if you hear that random, often manipulated sound of my voice recurring, that's this, just it plays back through the piece randomly. A little bit more in depth in the piece. So to show you where those synths are coming from, I've made all these sub-patches with frequencies pre-programmed. And I send those frequencies straight out to oscillators, but also multiply them by 10 and send them to sliders that go up and down, controlling the volume of the oscillators. And I missed this last section change. There was a little directive that happened here and disappeared while we were elsewhere. It just said, direct your attention back to the score, essentially. I can show it to you. It's right down here. So if you look here, you'll see it appear momentarily. Return to score, right up clipper. So that's the section that we're in. So the performer is back looking at the score now. And then the score had you a copy that might make a little more sense, but so the score directs the player to pedal at a certain point, and that brings in this very high kind of sonorous, ethereal, very cold sounding synth world. And then the next pedal will initiate another aleatoric section. So again, we have the chord chart generation with now a descending position, and the randomly generated modes of attack, you could say. So while this is going to take a while to go all the way down to 1, and that will initiate the next section. So while that's happening, I'll show you, I talked a little bit about the frequency controlling the swells. So here you can see in action each of these oscillators, which are right here, cycle and saw, all are then routed into one slider, and each of those is going up and down at a rate related to its frequency at the moment. We have... That's not that interesting. This is the apparatus that recorded us. So there's that, and this is the apparatus that randomly plays back the recording. And we're about to hit a new section, so I don't want to miss that, so maybe I'll go back to presentation mode here. Again, you can see you're directed to look at the score. So now we're in left down slowed. And then at a certain point, the next pedal, as directed by the score, will just cut the synth out. And there's a brief little guitar solo there. And then the following pedal will slow the tempo, bring the synths back in. The idea is that we hit traffic here. That's what the expressive text on the score says. And then the next pedal will initiate the second to last section, right up Great Highway. This is more sonorous, mostly based off of partials of D. More rhythmic, or at least, yeah, just a different tempo. And then the final pedal, or not the final section is the next pedal, which is right up Noriega. And it, as you could hear and maybe noticed, this slider went down, which was the saw wave. So we're just left with sine wave, very pure, sonorous, peaceful sound. And we have arrived in our lovely neighborhood near our home. So that's the end of the piece, and the final pedal, just in case the player wasn't aware, reminds them that this is the end of the piece. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in juries.